let's hope they make up for the early ready up with a nice, clean, incident-free race.
That is up by the looks of it. Someone has readied up by the looks of it. We'll find out who it is, everyone. Officially,
right, let's hope we can have a nice, clean start at
lights
least.
out and away we go. Decent getaway for all.
One driver who's Dave, who's just too far behind him, assuming because he's ready to early.
And there's just been an the Mercedes has absolutely killed GoBucks, and the Red Bull of Chiz has to take avoiding action. It is carnage inside turn 1, and the top 3 are the 2 Haas's and the Ferrari came out of that unscathed.
I suppose that's one of the benefits of being at the front.
And one of the lads spun out. It is just all chaos in this 2-stop race, I would imagine.
Oh, having a bit of a skid. And another one. And another one. I don't know what's going on with that.
Just carnage as quick things drop down quite massively. Gets ahead of Matty, who's revving out and just hoping for the best. Don't think that's gonna work.
I'm just drifting back here. Back in a minute. Oh! Might be a bit of a questionable overtake.
That was clean by Bauman. Knight is in the pits. Knight has lost his entire front wing. I'm not surprised when he went in like an absolute rocket ship and forgetting to actually take the corner into turn 1.
Oh, that is forced him into a 2-stop, possibly 3, depending on strategies.
Most of the strategies that we've seen on the screen were 2-stops, starting on the softs or starting on the mediums, and actually
Inazuma currently out the DRS in 2nd place.
Yeah, what tyre is everyone on? Knights went on to the hards. One of the lads, Chiz, Cross, and Bucks, are the only people who start on the medium. So it looks like everyone is opting for the front
on the softs is quite... tyre wear is quite drastic this year.
Yeah, I think the 2-stop's probably going to be everyone's way. It's just how everyone does it. Zazuma's actually dropped a lot of pace. Gap nearly 1 second, and now it's only 6/10. What is going on there?
Besides that bag one with the fastest lap. Go back to the fastest lap. See how far back this is going. Might just stop there. Might be.
Bagwagon gets past Barnsley with ultimately having the fastest lap for a split second. Guido might have got past a little. GoBucks looks to join him in that train. A couple gaps starting to eke out. The chaos behind has left 5 drivers scrapping for pride.
Contact.
Ridiculous.
And 1.
Don't know if there was space
simply
given.
Didn't leave him enough space.
Not good. And Knights came in. We waited all that time, and Knight doesn't even make it past lap 2.
Oh dear.
Ferraris went wide.
Matty is dropped all the way to the back.
Not good. Ferrari went wide. GoBucks takes some easy pickings of that. Tim versus
Inazuma's building that gap again.
Bagwagon.
But the DRS is just kind of pulling.
Yeah. To me, it looks like Barnsley and Bagwagon could catch up. Ooh. That's not good for Little. As the AI of Knights coming out the pit lane, going very slowly. I'm gonna say this, it hasn't been the cleanest 4 laps. Or 3 laps, should I say. But a lot of people are just, finding the rhythm. Hopefully, getting into the race. Because it looks like the top 5, maybe Bucks and Guido, could be just going off in their own for the rest of this race. Guido can just put on some extra pace and make that happen. Bagwagon's around a second. I don't know if he's going to get DRS this
So
lap.
it might be quickly here. Ooh, might be going very wide. Quick Pig saying, yes, please, I will have that position.
Very easy one is Matty and Ultimate Dan are side by side. Matty absolutely forgets to brake and is completely off the track. Looks like Dave is...
Yep, there's the first 3 seconds of the race.
Looks like Dave is also no longer here. His car is completely ghosted.
I think that was a mishap due to an early restart.
Oh, and the Red Bull is off. Might be in turn 3. Chaos.
He at least has safe rejoin.
Safe rejoin. Couldn't do any. Lost the car, looks like.
I believe that has definitely messed with his tyres.
Something has also happened with Quick Pig, because didn't he not get past Cross? No, that was Mike P. Never mind.
Yeah, he got past the other Red Bull driver.
Yeah, it looks like the Ferraris got the 3
Not
seconds.
a lot of DRS here though. Seems to be just dumping where he can.
Yeah, Ferrari's under pressure from Nearly Psycho now. 3 seconds and is outside
I'm
DRS.
concerned with the gap between Thriller and GoBox. GoBox is on medium, so he's should be able to stay out a lot longer as well.
Yeah, GoBox looks like he's probably going to have the favourable strategy. He has the option to either go on the hards or go another set of mediums if he has it. We're now looking at a 1-2.
Well, I have heard
Perhaps.
one stop is very capable if you're not
Yeah, it's possible to do a 1-stop around Spain. It's just if you're able to keep that front left tyre completely alive. So we'll find out based on what GoBox actually goes on to, as well as Chiz and one of the lads finds out what they go on to. So yeah, Batman Zero.
GoBox is on Guido's tail right now.
Aha does pick up a 3-second. Yeah, I'm gonna say that this could be a very important overtake because the top 5 are starting to spray. You got the 2 Hasses, the Ferrari, now Bagwagon's now 3rd. Ferrari looks to be slipping back. I think he's used all those tires. Here goes GoBucks. Never mind. Probably has picked up a warning.
Pass 1 and 2 right now.
This is just chaos. Got the top 10 all nice and neatly within about 6 seconds of each other. And then you have big gaps apart from Dave, who's a ghost, and Matty.
Not much spread between these lot. Gaps are definitely starting to form.
I mean,
A
Guido
lot of
here,
people out DRS of each other.
if he gets a good exit, which he did, has now got DRS on Barnsley when Barnsley doesn't have DRS on the Ferrari.
As of right now, there's around second DRS. See if they can.
So Yeah. 0.9 to the leader. Kind of looks like the top three are just kind of
Inazuma's
keeping a
slowly
reasonable
building a
gap.
gap. Have a look further to the back. Just have a little... Matty's just cruising by the looks of it. As Matty does. Mike P.
Yeah.
Hammer with a 3-second.
Yeah, Bad has the 3, but he's around absolutely no one. As GoBucks and Guido make a little bit of contact, and Guido slightly wide. On the inside of the corner, nothing detrimental. They're still side by side. It looks like the top 4 is Guido's decided.
Guido's going into the pit.
Yeah, he's gonna dip. Well as Barnsley and Itster, so 7 laps. Is all these soft tires can take in these 3, as Chiz looks like he's made a mistake. Maverick is joining, so we're getting a couple of, I wouldn't say early pit stops. I'd probably say premature pit stops. My bad, it was actually
considering it's soft. Oh. Guido's had a snap of oversteer taking him off. Oh, and he's spun, he's round. Ooh.
That is not good. I think he'll be wanting to come into the pit soon. As Chiz and one of the lads comes in. We look at the tires. Guido is on the inters.
I'm hoping it's a mishap.
Yeah. I think he wanted to go in the hards, hopefully. Because that just shouldn't be happening. Maverick went on the softs. Matty went to the hards. You have Barnsley and Itster. They're both on the medium, so they're committing to the 2-stop. I think everyone's going to be committing to a 2 or 3-stop today. Bagwan and Little are in the pits now. Psycho's caught up to Izuma. GoBox is actually only 3.5 seconds off the leading pair.
Maybe Psycho is definitely gaining. He's in the DRS now.
How far are Bangwagon and Little going to come out behind the pairing of Barnsley and Itster? 2.5 to 3 seconds. So in 1 lap,
Ultimate Dan speeding into the pits.
yeah,
Would not advise personally.
and Guido does go on to the hard, so it looks like it was a mishap, which is quite good. Yeah, 3 seconds. You gain a lap on fresh tires compared to old tires around this track, especially for softs, is a huge difference.
I've quit pick here. It's kind of cruise on his own. He's got a 5-second gap behind him. He's got a 12-second gap in front.
As both Haas's come into the pit simultaneously, that is going to hurt Psycho.
Gonna...
A quick pig.
Oh dear.
He is also in.
Let's just have a quick look here, see where he comes out due to this.
Look, I think he will come out around Mike. Around the Mike. He's going on the hard.
Around little Aaron.
It looks like he will be coming out behind or fighting the Mercedes. As per there's yellow flags. Ultimate Dan is off.
Inazuma's still in second. He's got a massive gap to GoBucks now, and GoBucks is on the medium, so he could probably still push him for a few more laps.
Yeah, Ultimate Dan's done, but he hasn't done it in the pit lane. Hope he doesn't do that in the actual race. In normal races. Yeah, 17 seconds. He came out ahead of one the leader. But 3 seconds to 18, so 22-second pit lane loss. By the looks of it. If GoBucks was to pit now, he would come out just ahead of Little. I think he should just continue and go to the hards. Try a one-star. No real rushes. Mike P must be having a lot of mistakes.
Boundaries off. He's been struggling a bit in the early laps. Mediums.
Oh. That's not gonna do his tires any good. Bandwagon gets through because of it. I don't know what nearly Psycho's gonna do because he has lost a lot of time to his teammate. He's now over 5 seconds behind when he was within a couple attempts going into the pits.
Should be able to gain a bit of distance here. Might be.
Chiz comes in for a new front wing, but definitely not scheduled. He was on the hards. That kind of has just absolutely ruined his race. Yeah, not many penalties to be expected. Not really that many areas. There's just a huge wobble from P4 to P7. One of the lads finally comes in, leaving Psycho and Barnsley to fight it out.
Might be push past some DRS, but it's gonna
inside
he's gonna
clean,
back out.
but picks up a 3 seconds going on the thing.
And loses the position again. So realistically, you sit there and think, was it worth it?
Doesn't look like it. As Maverick's been overtaken by Aquila, who's just set the fastest lap. Quick Pig, a couple seconds back. One of the lads who was kindly just in the way of that 4-car pilot has kind of found himself nicely in P11 with 21 laps to go on a set of hards. I think people who are on hards now would genuinely consider going to the end of the race. Suma picks up
the tires.
Suma on fresh softs picks up 3. By the looks of it, the quicker drivers are having a lot of trouble.
Back one.
That's a clean, easy overtake. Psycho versus Barnsley, part 2. That time, there was no corner cutting needed by Psycho. Clear as day.
Decent amount of tyre spread still. GoBox is on 13 laps so far on his mediums.
Yeah.
He's still building a gap.
He's only surprisingly lost just under 4 seconds.
Let's have a look at his lap times.
Over the course since Insuma's pitted, he's lost 4 seconds. As Itster gets another 3 seconds. The faster drivers are struggling.
Quick lap times.
And Maverick's around at turn 2.
Oh.
I do not know what is going on there. But I don't think an Alpine should be spinning around there.
I don't think anyone should be spinning around there.
Unless there's contact. Looks like
Don't need another Max Verstappen.
GoBucks is right behind Chiz Cross. Should be getting the blue flags by now.
As of right now, GoBucks can probably pit and still be in the top 3.
Hit loss, by the pace of Little here, who's getting caught by Aquila. There's about a 30-second gap, so he'll slot nicely in the P6, out of trouble, free as ever to go to the end of the race. Unless he's going very long on this medium stint. He's either going to go to the hards or he could switch it up. And I could possibly say it, 2 sets of softs. So obviously with the restart and everything, they have all their allocated tires back. So they have a lot of softs to use. Baja, we have another spin.
Inazuma's starting to catch up now.
Mavericks has spun again. And it's just getting bad to worse. I'm surprised he hasn't came into pits. Cross gets past him. Aquila gets 3 seconds of pens. Penalties are just coming in and out. And the next car ahead of him is his teammate as Baja now spins at turn 10. It's just chaos. No one can keep the car completely straight at the moment, especially in the bottom half. And he does a smart thing and comes into the pits. Not what you want.
Oh, and Maverick is round again. He's really having a tough race.
Has to change those tires. Baja had enough. Gone. Out of the GP. Firing from the pit lane. Maverick is in. I don't know what
it's just sliding.
And Maverick's gone, but this will hurt GoBucks' race. Oh, never mind, GoBucks is the first Alpine. I thought he was the second.
See where he comes out.
I mean, he's on the set of hards.
Well, he's obviously going to come in 6th because the gap is crazy.
Yeah, you lose 22 seconds around the pit stop. So that should be, 22. He was 28 ahead a little.
Well, I saw GoBucks' pace and I'm sure he can make it back on the podium. The question is when we have enough time to make it back into first.
I mean, if everyone else, especially...
Oh, they're going to have to stop again, so...
They have to stop again. They both started on softs. But by the looks of things, it looks like Bagwagon's Joan, and the pace of GoBucks on those mediums is very good. And to make them go 16 laps... Looks like he's very easily, he's going to go 1 stop. And with his pace, I'm not surprised if he comes out after everyone makes their 2nd stop at the lead. There's now 1 joins in the 3-second party of penalties.
Have a look at little penalties. Zoom over 3, maybe cycle over 3. Don't have to say it's going to be 6.
Now in the P4.
Over 3 and one of the lads over 3.
Barnsley fought a little bit with Itster in the turn 1, but Itster obviously realised it's not really worth it unless he has a penalty.
Quick pick is gone.
And that is not ideal because he was actually running pretty well on those hards.
Let's see if he may be disconnected. I don't believe he's silly enough to
get him back in. We see Aquila and Aaron. Aquila Little. Aquila with the 3 seconds, but Little is on 8-lap-old softs, and I think those softs have very much hit their wall, and they're just absolutely nowhere. What to mention out as well, GoBucks in 2 laps on the hards has already closed in about 2 seconds. Almost 3 seconds towards the first couple of people ahead of him. He's also now 14 seconds. I think he came into the pits around 8 to 12 seconds ahead of Asuma.
I believe so, he was just losing a lot of time.
He has already gained that time. He's already going to be coming out ahead of Itsuma by 8 seconds. So he wants to make that as short as possible.
He's only 13 seconds away from Itsuma, so let's have a look.
He will be.
Watch a lap of him, you can see how much he's averaging in this game.
If Asuma pits now, he will be just ahead of Aquila, 10 seconds back, I would say.
That's if he has an optimal pit.
True.
I would say play safe, and as long as he goes alright, he should be ahead of Quick Pig.
Also, he's going to have to try and... He's probably going to have to go long on the set of softs to give his mediums enough life at the end. As Aquila's past Little Brown.
Jumping in the pits now. It's the...
Ooh, as I seen Matty around, lost it on the exit turn 4. I think that's a broken front wing for him. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
broken.
it's broken his right plate.
So Little's in. They both. One goes on to the hards. One goes on to the set of mediums.
They're slowly losing to bag 1 now.
Now its third was around 12-13 seconds ahead or behind Itsuma, and he's came out 10 seconds from Aquila. So it's probably going to be very tight if Asuma comes out ahead of Aquila, depending on who boxes first.
Kovacs has already gained 4 seconds, nearly 5.
As Asuma's in the pits. Matty's got 10
10-second
seconds,
penny
but
from Matt.
he is in dead last. Look at the grip compared to Barnsley on those old mediums. Absolutely slingshots his way.
Past.
And is clearly ahead of Barnsley. Now, Asuma's now in. Comes out behind Aquila. Oh, never mind. He's going to be fighting Aquila. This is crucial. Cuts the first corner to try and stay ahead of him. I don't know. And Aquila's now around.
Oh dear.
They make contact into turn 1, turn 2, which sends Aquila completely off course. It is just... It's unfortunate for Aquila. He deserved a bit of room. 11 seconds is the gap. No, 13 seconds is the gap to Go Bucks. And there's only 13 laps left. With a 4-lap-old difference, I don't think it's possible for Asuma, unless he completely destroys his tyres, to kill them
Psycho's in the pit.
as Matty's around again. Barnsley's in another 3 seconds. Psycho's only coming in. I'm going to say this. I think Asuma and Psycho coming in now in the last 2 laps is a mistake. I think they should have been in earlier. Because they've now
I feel like they should have
left themselves
perhaps not even started on softs. I feel like starting with softs was definitely not a play for a lot of these people.
Also,
Bobuck started on the mediums, just Brangham's way up.
Yeah, we still have Bangwang and Barnsley to pit. I think... I mean, I believe they're going to be going on the softs, because there really is no
Barnsley
point.
should be pitting realistically in the next two laps, possibly.
I think they'll not pit
Matty's
until lap
retired.
25. As we have Chiz is in, Matty's DNF'd.
It's just not going too well for Tier 6 today, unfortunately.
Yep, as Guido's, obviously Pig is not in, so Guido and one of the lads take an easy position.
Just
Barnsley's in.
Keeping an eye on GoBucks' gap here, because I believe he's still gaining on bag 1.
Suma is gaining quite a lot. Well, he has gained a second in the last couple of laps, but
fresh mediums are definitely helping him. Maybe
Fresh
Psycho back
mediums.
into 4th behind his teammate.
It's a
Temporary teammate, I might add.
it's a 4-lap difference though. So comparing the mediums are going to be just as bad as just as worn as the hards in the next 2 or 3 laps. I assume it has to clear him by 15 seconds because of the 3-second penalty. To be absolutely certain you can win the race.
Yep, he's gained half a second in the last, wow, sector.
I think GoBucks has done amazing on those mediums, taking 16 laps out of them.
Oh, Bagwan with a
Bagwagon,
10-second, that's going to cost him majorly.
that is not what he needed. Yeah, I think GoBucks has done a brilliant strategy. I think one of the lads pitted 3 laps earlier, but is on the similar course.
Going on to the softs.
Might
9
as
laps
well.
on the softs is not going to be fun.
Him and Barnsley are on the softs. Obviously, they both started on
Definitely.
softs. They went to mediums and now back on the softs.
Oh, Bagwan and the Psycho on the battle straight out of the pits.
Obviously, this is going to be massive. Psycho probably just wants to clear and get up the road from Aquila. Not even doesn't really need to get past him actually, unless Barnsley catches up massively. Since Badwagon has the 10-second penalty, and Aquila still probably needs to pit.
Let's compare lap times between GoBucks and Zuma.
Badwagon picks up a 3-second penalty on top of his 10-second. And Asuma is just not catching at GoBucks. He
is fairly similar in lap times, other than...
I genuinely think the 1-stop was the correct decision.
I know GoBucks is quite pacey from last season, making his way up in the end.
Which could be probably one of the main reasons why he's able to keep this gap as big as it is. It looks like Psycho at the moment should be getting a very easy P3.
Looks like GoBucks is going to be lapping his speed.
He'll be lapping Chiz and he'll be lapping Mike P and Quit Pig soon, but first he'll lap Chiz, who is on his hards. He spun out.
See GoBucks just slowly gaining behind him now.
One of the lads and Guido are going to be fighting. I don't think Guido's going to put up too much of a fight if he's going to go to the end with one because of the penalty, maybe.
Let's have a look at GoBucks, just clearly just a lot faster.
Yeah, he's now gaining on time very quickly, but that's to be expected now. The mediums are just as bad as the hards. Now Barnsley's right behind Itster. And I believe Itster's on
Maybe
6
Psycho
seconds.
back one's down. The DRS is definitely going to help him on the straight if he can stay in them.
Yeah. I'm just going to have a quick... at the moment, Bagwagon will drop behind Barnsley, but will stay ahead of Itster due to penalties. As GoBucks picks up a 3-second, but he is...
Quit Pig is currently got his softs at 12 laps, and I know the drop-off is like 5.
He is not in the game, so it's just a ghost of an AI. So we have a gap. Let's have a look at penalties. So Barnsley's on 3, so it's just a 10-second gap between him and Bagwagon. and it looks like he's just under. Then you have a 7-second gap as Barnsley then goes off to Ixton.
Barnes is just loving that gravel.
Yeah, him and Dirty Air around that corner do not get along in this game. Ixton picks up another. I was gonna say any chance of did have a chance if Barnsley got past him, and he's now gonna let Barnsley go past and try and see if he can stay with the man on softs to catch up to Bagwagon or Bagwagon.
Robux is definitely going to get DRS off the Ghost quickly.
Yeah. He's using that to pull away. Psycho's catching up to his teammate along with Bagwag. Barnsley's 10.2 seconds off, so I don't think Barnsley...
Robux is losing a bit sometimes.
Yeah, it's sort of stabilizing. He's gaining in some areas, losing it on others. Now see, is Bagwagon gonna go? Is Bagwagon gonna go? No. Is Itster gonna go for the move? Probably not. Doesn't look like Barnesy is gonna really catch up to the Williams. He has to find 1.2 seconds while also being on the older tire compared to back. Doesn't look like he's gonna gain those seconds anyway, really. Unless he gets DRS off of this ghost car up ahead, but I don't think so. Guido's pulled away from one. Quits AI. Finally decides he wants to come into the pits after 14 laps on the softs to go onto the softs. Aquila's now going for the move. A little contact, but nothing horrendous. Still on the track. As there's a massive carnage into turn 1 between a couple of cars. I think a lapped car.
Quilla's on little Aaron's tail right now. Nearly cycle is gone.
And he's through. Clean. Now, I think Aaron's not going to fight it because the two cars up ahead are obviously Aquil and now one, who's dropped off quite a bit from Guido. They both have time penalties, so if Little can just stay with them, looks like an easy P8, but looks like those are going to be really the only positions they're going to be fighting for.
Still 9 seconds. Bug on 13, which is pit lane.
If the time penalty. Barnsley's 12 seconds away. Guido at the moment is gonna snatch P6, but it's very touch and go. Yeah, I think he just has to hope that Itster just gets another time penalty, which is very possible. Aquila is just catching one like it's nothing. Him and Little will have DRS, and I think one is going to go down to P10. Never mind, Little must have touched the gravel. But he lost a lot of speed. Baggage dropped. I haven't realised, but Baggage dropped Psycho, and Psycho's not in. Psycho's not in the lobby.
Disconnected.
I wondered why the gap was so big.
It's going well.
It's because he's not here. Bags actually closing up to Suma, but it won't matter. So looks like Barnsley's gonna get P4 regardless. If Psycho does not come back. No real fights. Maybe the only one that really matters. Aaron's gotta get past one. He is on very old hards. 17 laps now. Those hards are probably seeing its day. Psycho's back.
Having a jolly time. With
Little screw.
Mavericks just having to deal with Chiz's AI right now.
Little's gonna need to drive very, very quick if he wants any chance of getting P8 from Aquila. Guido's kind of just minding his own business, and looks like he really does need that 3 seconds from Itster. Because he is just sitting comfortably in P7 now. We on to the second last lap. Gobox is kind of just sitting there. Suma's no man's land. Bag isn't really going to do anything. He has cleared Psycho, who is now back into his car, and is going to now need to catch up by a second pretty much get back onto the podium.
Going on with by circles. The AI's on 60%, so I should hope he's able to pass. Unless he's just...
I believe that's
DRS chicken.
Is that Chiz or...
Yeah, I believe it's Chiz.
Yeah. I think he's just using them for DRS. I think Chiz is still in the game, by the way.
No, I believe he's disconnected.
Well, we'll find out once. The Alpine gets close enough.
Or maybe he's not.
It's just he's on ghosting for the lap, being a lapped car. We have Aquila's now
I see.
right behind Guido, by the way. Itster's caught back up to Barnes, but that really means nothing unless a massive thing's gonna happen.
6 seconds ahead. Final lap now.
It looks like the top 3 could be confirmed as Bucks, Asuma, and Psycho. It looks like Psycho's got more pace than Bag, who's on very old softs and are probably screaming to get off the car. Aquila's past Guido. Can he pull 3 seconds in a lap? One of the lads coming in for I don't know what. I think he's decided he just wants to whack on softs and just drive around for a lap and see how they feel. Itster picks up another 3 seconds. Now that could be massive.
Gobuck's finishing 12 seconds ahead.
Gobuck's wins. Asuma crosses the line. He will take P2. Bag will not take P3, but will take P4 as Psycho, because the penalties will go ahead. Barnes
AI still securing him a podium.
He is driving for the final couple of laps, so he made that. It's Drill. Aquila. Will he beat Guido? Looks to be tight. Guido will just beat Aquila, but will lose out by less than a second to Itster with 12 seconds. Little 9, Mike P10, Chiz P11 without getting left. One of the lads will finish 12th, and the last guy on the lead lap, with Quick Pig and Dave being AI cars. I think that was a pretty hectic race.
It's definitely eventful.
The one thing I'll say is I'm surprised there wasn't enough carnage to produce a safety car with all the stuff that was happening in the first couple of laps. With Knight
I do
completely
question that myself.
taking out Go Bucks. Not enough
Very,
to
very eventful.
make damage for him, but enough to send him completely off. Go Bucks is your winner. I mean, he had a lot of pace on those mediums. Didn't really need a push on those hards. Quite comfortable. Psycho had the fastest lap. One of the lads had the most overtakes, but the important one is the one on the left, with Gobucks being the winner of this first of 2 preseason races.
And there we have it.
I mean, looking at the best times for everyone, you could tell kind of by the strategies what everyone was doing. You see Guido with a 17.2, not much pace. I think he would have been on for more. Could have finished higher if he didn't misclick and choose the inters. Oh. Fun race, but
Extremely eventful. And
we have
again,
another one next race.
no safety car is surprising.
Yeah, with the amount of carnage, I was surprised, but I guess
That is unfortunate.
it was a good thing. Now, we have another, well, one more preseason in Abu Dhabi before we get underway.
Which I believe will be, unfortunately, more eventful.
Abu Dhabi might be a chaotic race,
But
but there's only one way to find out, and that's to drive it next week.
Well, that's been said. That is all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the absolute despicable carnage, but have a good night, gents, and I'll see you later.